Hello friends, welcome back. Want to know how to find and fix issues in your Azure web apps? In this video, I'll show you how to set up the diagnostics and logging in Azure App Service, a must-know skill for AZ204 certification and real-world project. So come, let's get started. So this video is part of AZ204 series and we were preparing for AZ204 certification. And if you come to this URL and go to the study guide, we already did this one and we also did the deployment. And as of this video, we are going to focus on this one. So this part, I'll cover whatever is required for AZ204 certification part. Those who are new, if you can go to this github.com/learnsmartcoding in the repository. We're dealing with Mentor by Karthik API and this API has been deployed and we're going to take a look at how we can focus on the diagnostic logging. I logged into the portal.azure.com and this is the web app that we recently deployed as part of the education of AZ204. Now this API, if you look at this, if you try to open this, this is running. However, when I try to use any of these endpoints, probably it is not going to work. So when I open this app and try to run any of this endpoint, I'm getting exception, but it is very difficult for you to identify what is that. And that is where we are going to see how we can debug these things. Now, if you go to this web app, so we are dealing with web API app, but imagine you have some app, okay? How do you find out these problems? That is what we are going to see. So very first thing is, if you go to this overview plate under the logs, there are two things, log stream and app service log. Log streams are nothing but the one which is listed here. Before we go there, or let's say we go there, okay, it will tell you that it has two types of log, application log and web server log. Both are switched off. How do we switch on? Again, go back to this and let's go to logs. Let's go to configure logs. So if you click on configure logs, you will end up like this. And where is this configure log? Under monitoring, under app service log. So under app service log, these are the features that you can do it. So if you hover it, it will tell you any application, the application logs can be turned on. If you turn on, you can select which level of error. So for example, if you select verbose, much detailed logs will be recorded, which includes information, warning and error. If you select this, and any log that is from warning and error will be included. So it's like that hierarchy, okay? So let's say for debugging purpose, let's select this, okay? And then application logging, blob. Basically, the logs that you are collecting, you can actually store it in the the blob itself, and it is asking what level you want and how many days. For example, I wanted to read in for 7 days. All right. Web server logging. If you hover, it says, see, gathers information about your web server. Can I store it in the file system like this or storage? If it is file system, maximum is default maximum quota of size is 35 MB, and I wanted to keep it like maybe just 5 days. Okay, so it's about the configuration. Detail error message, it is going to collect as much as possible details, which will help us. Failed request tracking, you can enable it, and this is the place where the FTP access is available. Now once you select these things, click on save. Now you have configured this. Like I said, in the real world, depending on where they have to put it, they will configure it. But for your understanding, these are the places that you need to configure. Now if I go to logs, log stream, see, now it says it's connected. You can also switch to web server log or application log, but let's see what happens now. So we are connected to application log, and even if you click on this, it is executing, and let's say we will open this one more time, okay, and we will see what happens here. So this is running. This is going to fail because we know already it's failing. We don't know why it is failing, right? I mean, though I know, but we at the moment user doesn't know why it is failing. All right, so we call failures. You see this? it will give you what is the error. At least it's showing you that there's a finder error, but it doesn't say what exactly it is, right? Now let's switch to web server logging and let's try one more time. So this is how you see the logs at a high level, but if we have to find out more about what exactly is happening, that's where there is something called application insights. If you search application insights, so there's a separate topic here that has a lot of stuff to be covered. At least 5 to 10% will be covered in this exam, so I will take a separate video on all of these concepts. Okay, how you can troubleshoot, what and all will be a problem, all of those things we will cover. So thanks for watching, and if you had any experience with Azure Diagnostics or have questions, please leave them in the comments. Also check out the other videos on Azure services for deeper insights. Stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech tutorials. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Happy coding!